Namaste, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards, yay, and share some guidance for this week ahead. That's this week. Look who's visiting. Yeah. This week starting Wednesday, the 8th of May. Through till Tuesday, the 24th of May. This is our reading week. So we are here at our new place in the country. We now officially have no mortgage and we have our own little place. So we're just getting settled in. I've got a bit of cleaning to do today and then we'll continue to move our things down. So how are you doing? I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. It sounds a bit echoey because it is. There is no furniture really in here. So next week when I share with you, it will likely look a lot different. So welcome. If you're new to watching, welcome. What I'm going to be doing is using my combined Animal Kingdom Oracle cards with my Speed of Light Oracle. And there are 110 cards in this deck that's combined. And I'm going to use this deck to find the best cards for this week ahead. So I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust that you've been led here for a reason. And I trust that something shared supports you at this time. As always, please take on board what feels right and what resonates and what fits into your life easily at this time and let the rest go. Now, come on, Puss, you're laying exactly where I was going to put the cards. So come on, we need to move you. She doesn't want to move. She's putting on her heaviness. Here she is. She's a bit crabby because she didn't like driving in the car yesterday and she hasn't really settled in here yet. It's all different. Right. Now she's off my little space to put my cards. I can get started. So, last week's theme card was projection, which was about our mind and making sure that we stayed really focused last week so we didn't lose our balance or get too stressed or overwhelmed with things or blowing things out of proportion. So, I don't know if that's was how your week was last week. It certainly resonates with me. And it's been a very interesting week. So I had my birthday. I set up my art exhibition, and we moved house all in since last week. And yeah, it's been very interesting having to really focus on one day at a time, like more so than just a standard sort of normal phase of life. It's all I could do was focus on getting to the exhibition and then focusing on installing the exhibition. I couldn't think about my birthday. I couldn't think about moving. It was had to be what was requiring my time at the time. And as each day passed, that task was ticked off and then I could focus on the next thing until we got here. And now it's pretty much solely on moving, which feels really good actually. Okay, so let's see, what do we need to know for this week ahead? This week starting Wednesday the 18th of May through to Tuesday the 24th of May 2022. So I trust in my cards and I trust that the best cards will make their way to the top of the deck based on the way I choose my cards. So the best cards for this week, 18th to the 24th of May, usually I'd say all this in my head. Okay, we'll go with these here. All right, so I'll lay them out here beside me, face down. So we've got a rainbow, 4 Speed of Light, 2 Animal Kingdom, and 1 Speed of Light going for the middle. So let's see what we've got. Welcome. It's so good to see you all. I feel like it's been so long, but it hasn't been that long. But I think it's just because so much has happened this week that it feels like it's been a long time. Oh, we've got some very good cards. Okay, we've got the Shaman, which is a featured card. So before I read the cards, this is what I'm doing first. has further instructions here, which say to fan out the deck and choose an extra card. So I'm just going to fan out the deck here, not think about it, but just go straight to this. Oh, the Sea Eagle, that's not surprising. Not at all. Okay, we've got some really nice cards here. We've got some really good cards here. So let's start with Wednesday, the 18th of May. And we have card 2 called Prayer. And it says, ask help, answers, and improvement. So this is about an answered prayer. So something we've asked for, maybe something we've worked really hard for, that is being answered or returned or is happening in reality. So we're being really guided on Wednesday to look at the things that we have asked for. Hopefully they're good things, because sometimes we ask for things or we have this sort of wavelength that goes out that may be attracting not so good things that also come in. So it's really important to make sure our mind waves, so the energy that we're sending out, our intentions, our thoughts, make sure they're aligned with what we actually want in our life. Because sometimes, you know, it's funny, like with COVID, when COVID first hit and pretty much we all went into lockdown, and it's funny the amount of people that I spoke to during the lockdown that had been asking for a break. They'd been putting out that wavelength that I need a break, but I don't have time to take one. And then wham, we all are forced to take a break. So this wavelength, this energy that we send out through our thoughts and our words, our conversations that we have, our behaviours, are sent out, rippled out into the universe, and then they come back to us. So this energy that's come back is what this card's about. It's that answered prayer. It's that manifest reality of what we've been putting out there. So what's happening for you now? And is this something that is good? Or if it's not so good, what do you need to adjust on the programming side, I suppose, in your mind and maybe also emotionally, so you stop sending out that type of energy and then attracting it into your life? This also talks about improvement and holding strong, and really this feels like a lot of healing energy too. Strong and supportive, and this earthy feeling too in our heart. So this is for Wednesday, the 18th of May. See how that fits for you. And I forgot to tell you, I'm coming live to you live from Tasmania, Australia. I'm now at a new place in the very heart of Tasmania called Campbelltown. Is our new place, new town where we're living. So it is currently Wednesday, the 18th of May, and the time is 10:52. So we move now to Thursday, the 19th of May, and we have these two cards, the Shaman and the Sea Eagle. Saw one of these yesterday flying around in our travels. So these two have come up together for a reason, and what we're going to do is look at them separately, and then we're going to look at their relationship together. So first of all, the Shaman is card 17, and it says solitude, grounding, mending, privacy, and reassess. This often comes with a bit of a withdrawn feeling, you know, when we want to slip into the cave or slip under the covers of our bed and curl up and just kind of hide away for a little bit. That's what this card tends to bring about. So it's that withdrawing sort of energy. We can feel a little antisocial. Maybe some of us might feel that on Thursday as this energy kicks in, and we're being called to slip back, to mend, to heal, or to reassess our life. Now, when I'm in reassessment mode, when I'm assessing my life, I'm looking at three things: past, present, future. So the past, what led me to here? So in regards to what I was talking about before, what mind waves have I been sending out? What intentions or attitudes have I been having? What have I been wanting? What have I been working hard for? What have I been avoiding or distracting myself with? So I look at what's led me to here. And then the present assessment is looking at where I am currently at. How do I feel now? Are things on track for me? Am I in a state of balance? What's going on? And then the future focus is, where do I feel like I'm moving to? And is this in alignment with my truth? So sometimes we find ourselves in a position, maybe when we don't even realize it, where things may be going out of control, or we may be slipping to a really low space. So it's really good to assess things to see, or to catch ourselves before we might move into such a state. So a time of reflection, of assessment, or reassessing where we are at in life, and what we might need to do to move forward. Now, sometimes too, we slip into that sort of private space to heal, to mend, to rest, to recover. So if that's what we need to do, then it feels like the energy's supportive for that for at least part of Thursday. Now, having this card with the shaman, we'll look at this by itself first, but it's card 29 called the Sea Eagle. So we have eagles here called a white-bellied sea eagle, and they are beautiful. So this is the white-bellied sea eagle, and it says reconnection. So reconnection is about plugging back in, reconnecting with something that we've been feeling separate or disconnected from, something that's been missing or we've been distracted from lately. What have you been feeling separate from or disconnected from? Now, it could be a person in a relationship, perhaps. Could be your relationship with yourself. It may be your connections to spirit, so your spirituality and the things that you do to support and honour your personal spiritual connections. Have you been connecting with yourself emotionally and maybe mentally, or have you been avoiding or distracting yourself from how you really feel? So these types of things may be highlighted too on Thursday as we look at plugging back in, reconnecting, and looking at perhaps what we've been feeling disconnected from. And this is really interesting, these two cards coming up together. So if we can find some private time, even just some quiet, to reflect, to reassess our life, but also to look at how can we reconnect. It's difficult to know how to reconnect if you don't know what you've disconnected from. So it might be important to think about or reflect upon what is feeling disconnected for you, because then you can take steps to reconnect. Okay, if it's a person, maybe making a phone call and setting up a lunch date, or having a conversation, or opening your doors to someone, or visiting them, or, you know, whatever you need to do to sort of take those steps to reconnect. So that's for Thursday. And then we move to Friday, the 20th of May. I forgot to tell you, we've got a dragon up. I forgot to say. So give me your dragon guesses if you want to. They're the elements plus the spirit dragon. But while we're waiting for the dragon to appear, this is for Friday the 20th, and it's card 16 called Stepping In. And it says solo commitment, test, allow, and flow. So this is very much about stepping in or stepping out. Sometimes it's about stepping out of hiding or holding back. And sometimes it's about stepping into our heart or into our truth. So whether it's stepping in or stepping out for you, this is about making some type of commitment. It's usually a solo commitment, so a commitment to ourselves. So it may be a commitment to quit some addiction or some bad habit that we have that we deem is bad or not supporting us. So a great favourable time to commit to that sort of thing, to make a commitment to maybe our spiritual practices that have been neglected lately, or maybe even from Thursday, our reflecting time and reassessing our life, where we're at right now and what we need to reconnect to. Maybe also arising from that is this feeling or this motivation to make a new commitment now to this person, or a commitment to this thing, or a commitment to ourselves, or the things that we're interested in. Commitment to break that bad habit, or a commitment to a new hobby. So this commitment seems to arise from this time of reflection and potential reconnection. So that's that. That's for Friday. Now Saturday, the 21st of May, we've got the abundance card, card 30. And it says blessings, abundance, prayers, and opening. So this is abundance flowing in. So abundance to me can come in many forms. It can come in the form of gifts, opportunities, good health, And basically things being in good flow is where I would class or define for me being in a state of abundance. It feels to be a good flowing time. Things seem to line up, you know, when you're driving somewhere and you get all the green lights instead of all the red lights. So the green lights are all lining up at that time when we're moving through. So that's just a sort of physical, loose example. But we have that sort of thing happen in life too, where we get things kind of happen quite fluently and smoothly as we move through in general. So there is this flow of abundance that's moving in, and it feels like a flow, like a stream that's moving into our lives. So it's coming in, it feels like from the left and coming down and into our hearts, and then moving through our hearts and forward onto our path, which is always where we're looking ahead. So wherever our body is facing ahead, to me, I feel that's our path, that's where we're walking to. Behind us always is the past path that we've walked. So I have this imaginary path that I'm always walking on, and wherever I'm facing, that's forward. Wherever is behind me, that's behind, that's the past. So I see this stream coming in from the left and coming into our heart and then flowing out from our heart and into our future path. So it's really important with abundance and flow and things like this is to make sure that we're open to receiving it and that we know that we deserve it as well, and we let it in. So it's flowing in, it wants to move in our heart, but if our heart is closed, then the water's just going to sort of run off. So we need to also make sure our heart is open and that we're in general open to letting ourselves receive good things, good flow, good health, opportunities, abundance, that sort of thing. So being open and ensuring that we are as best as we can is important. Now moving to Sunday. So we seem to be just going one day after the other here. Sunday the 22nd of May, and we have our dragon. And of course, well, we should be tying up Taurus then, but we've got the Earth dragon and we are currently in an Earth sign. It's card 25 and it says physical reformation. So I don't know about you, but this is definitely the case for me. Lots of physical changes. So moving house, changing things, all this sort of stuff in the physical. So this dragon brings with it physical changes. And it's unlikely to just be about Sunday. It's likely to be a bit of a general kind of mist or feeling around at this time. There's this change, this reforming of our life as we work out who we are and we shift and change things about our life to match. Interesting. The cat is trying to make her way out of our weird doors. So the Earth Dragon. This is also a really powerful card. So it talks about a very powerful time of change. Then we move to Monday, the 23rd of May, and we have the Rabbit, card 16. And the Rabbit reminds us to make our move. So this is about movement or action, and especially or if we feel petrified or scared or uncertain as to how things might turn out. If we do take that action or if we do make that move, we're being encouraged to sort of, that saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. I mean, obviously not something stupid like walking out in traffic or something, but feeling the fear in life and stepping out of our comfort zone to speak up, to step up, to start something, to have a go and do these types of things. So there is this feeling of movement that's coming in for Monday and action, and we're being encouraged to pay really sharp attention to how we feel inside. So really sharp attention to our emotional state and make our move. It feels like almost like from a passion sort of space. So it feels like an inner feeling of passion or drive or desire perhaps that feels like it's really prompting the move or prompting the action inside. So it might be quite of a whim, taking action on a whim sort of feeling, but it feels like there is some impulse, like a passion or something that's really strong emotionally that will likely well up inside us and pull us forward. It's a bit like a fire growing inside our solar plexus here, just above our navel, our power center. And this fire ignites inside and then pushes us or gets the engine going so we can make our move and really take steps forward on our life's path. And then we get to Tuesday, the 24th of May, and we have card 5 called Sacred Haven. And this card says, gratitude, connect, reflect, and stand still. So this is about, it actually feels like, having a moment where we can just stop, take stock, count our blessings, stop and smell the roses, and just stop and settle for a little bit. And it feels like lots of gratitude in here too, lots to appreciate. But there is sort of a sigh of relief, almost like, it's done, or something like this, where it just feels, like a big out breath, but in a really good settling way. So really good too to count our blessings, to practice gratitude and really notice who's around us and who and what we are feeling grateful for. So connect, stand still, reflect, and gratitude. Okay, it's almost like we are like this figure here, stopping, lifting up our arms and just taking stock of where we are and what we have achieved and where we find ourselves. So it feels almost like I don't know if it's quite a stop sign, but almost like a rest area. When you're going for a big drive here in Australia, at least, we have rest areas where they encourage you to rest, not to sleep. Oh, well, you can if you want, but it's usually to rest, maybe have a bite to eat or a cup of tea or something, or have a toilet break. And for here in Tasmania, we have these in parks. So it's like a rest area. We're driving along in life and we stop and we take a rest. We take stock, we maybe rest ourselves as well, our body, but we kind of maybe notice of what we've done, what we've achieved, how far we have come. Enjoying the view of where we find ourselves, and then we can get back in our vehicle and keep driving along. So there's that feeling for Tuesday. And you might be able to feel even just in my voice as I connect with it, it feels to be a bit more of a settled day. So really good cards for this week, and lots of opportunities to make sure that we're open, give ourselves that time to reflect and to reconnect and to make a commitment to ourselves. What do you need to commit to? What isn't working for you that needs to change that you can potentially make a new commitment to for yourself? Making more time to meditate, more time for this, more time to exercise. Maybe that's something that you need to commit to. But it's something that we decide for ourselves. As we assess our life and assess where we're at, then we should hopefully see the bigger picture of what's lacking and what we might effort we might need to put in. So thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to pull a theme card in just a moment. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would love to learn more about my Speed of Light Oracle cards that I created, or the Animal Kingdom Oracle, you can join them, combine them, or you can use them separately. If you'd love to learn more about them or anything that I do at Temple of Balance, including pendants and things, please visit templeofbalance.com.au. All right, the theme card will help us bring this whole week together and help us see the bigger picture for the 18th till the 24th of May 2022. So what do we need to know for our theme card this week? A good card to keep in mind as we progress through the week. So the best card for the majority of us for our theme for the 18th to the 24th of May 2022 is... Okay, we're just taking a little bit to get to the right card. The best card for the majority of us is this. It's an Animal Kingdom Oracle card. And it's this. Yes. This really aligns with what I've already been feeling. Card 44, the Rainbow Serpent. And I talked about this in the Current Energy report this morning too. So those of you who have read that will understand what I'm talking about. It says, take it to the next level. Take it to the next level. So there's a springboard feeling here with the rainbow serpent. It feels like a spring we're springboarding to a new level, a springboarding to something new. And we might feel a bit unsettled or a bit uncertain about where we're springboarding to, or how it's going to work, or what's going to happen. Is it going to turn out well? We might still be in that sort of cautious, uncertain, maybe a bit scary sort of period, but there is this feeling this week that something's going to elevate. And I almost feel actually that this like large being behind us picks us up under the arms from behind and lifts us up, and really lifts us up onto a new level of our path. So we have opportunities this week to take things to the next level in our life, to take ourselves to the next level, because in many ways they go together. Taking our life to the next level and ourselves to the next level go hand in hand. And if we're trying to elevate things in our life, but we're avoiding looking at ourselves and improving ourselves and lifting ourselves up, then there's probably a disconnect there. And that may be something that resonates with you that you might want to look at, is what is your current relationship with your life's path? Do you feel the truth that it's under your feet, that it's right here with you, your life's path, or do you feel you've taken a wrong turn? So it might be a good thing to reconnect back with yourself and back with your life's path, getting yourself into alignment so that you can elevate yourself, take yourself to the next level, which then automatically takes your life to the next level, because we can't settle for the old ways when we're elevating and improving ourselves. So as we grow, as we improve on a personal level, things in our life change. Our priorities change, our routine changes, and sometimes very physical things change in our life too. You know, relationships, work, home, this sort of thing. So let's give ourselves permission. Let's give ourselves the time that we need to reflect on and reassess and reconnect, and really connect with what is important to us this week and how we can take it further. How can we take it higher? How can we not settle for second best, but reach higher, reach further perhaps with some of the things that we're doing. So sometimes we don't think that highly of ourselves, so we might be wanting to step into an opportunity, so we just go for something quite mediocre and small. But this energy this week's about, okay, you might not feel that secure in yourself or capable of being able to do this, but can you go for something a bit bigger, or something a bit higher, something a little bit more elevated? So take it to the next level with the Rainbow Serpent. Great week in store by the look of it. Enjoy, take care of yourself. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating. And I will try and pop in between now and next week, but I don't know. We're very busy at the moment moving things. So I will definitely be in next week for the weekly guidance. And if I am in the meantime, then great. If not, I'll see you Wednesday. Take care of yourself, and sending you loads of love from the heart of Tasmania, the heart-shaped island. Namaste.